the natural order. It always does. This is the natural order.
When Castlevania started off, I was definitely interested in it because I really liked the first show. And although I really liked Annette, she started getting a little bit annoying. It was definitely okay as far as animated shows go. And then, oh my god, Richter's arc. Oh my god. I love the character Richter. He's my favorite character. Annette's my second favorite. There's just so much going on. And I found myself actually enjoying it thoroughly. I understand there are people who absolutely hated it. Possible they also hated the first show, and I completely understand that, especially if you're a fan of the original source. It would make sense to be very annoyed that they've changed so many things that you're used to seeing. But for me, just coming in, oh my god, I absolutely love the characters, especially Richter. But where it really got sold for me is when the show straight up turned into anime, I swear to god. So it's the part where Richter Belmont meets his grandfather. The first thing, how all of this even happened in the first place, is the scene where he straight up runs away. We have a Puss in Boots moment.
I am Puss in Boots.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
This part was so freaking good. Oh my god. Because you gotta understand, Richter has lost his mom. There was a very powerful vampire, for those of you who have not watched the series. There's this really powerful vampire named Olrox, which sliced his mother up. Okay, they didn't slice her up, but it killed her. And she's a super powerful Belmont. And they're fighting, and oh my god, I love this woman. The pink-haired vampire is so freaking awesome. The show so much. But everything seems fine. Richter's doing Richter, you know. He's all gangster. He's like, yeah, who else wants some of this?
Shit.
I also like when we see the stakes of the characters. Like that scene just now, you could tell that he was kind of tired, and he's like, oh my god, like this is becoming a little bit much.
Shit.
That was so well done. Even like, oh my god, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. Even the, his facial reaction, look at his eyes. Like, you could tell he's tired. He's failing. He's still a good fighter. And this, you gotta give Belmont some credit. These are people who are fighting against vampires. You know, the beings that are super fast, much faster than freaking humans.
Fast as fuck, boy!
Come back. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, Edward. I thought it's what you wanted.
And I love Annette. Look, despite how annoying she is, that's her own character arc as well, being full of herself because she's so full of anger. So it was annoying at first, but then they explain later why she is the way she is when she talks to her ancestors. And her acting, everybody who did the voice acting is actually really good. Richter, I love Richter. He did a great job. Annette does a good job, but I think Richter is the best. I could be biased because I absolutely love him. I actually like him much better than Trevor. That's just a personal thing for me. Dracula was my favorite character in the first series, and Richter's definitely mine in this one. Yes! Sorry. Oh my god, that was an accident. Damn! Oh my god, dude! I'm so fangirling so hard right now. That was so well done, like, bro.
Deep breath.
This is coming from where someone's coming from. Like, usually when they have American animations or animated series, they're okay. You know, they're okay. Anime for me is like God tier, and then Americans, like, I mean, you have your own levels of anime too amongst themselves as well. But when you look at the American animation, usually is like nothing in comparison to anime. And then, damn, like, then you see scenes like this, man, the people worked on the animation of this, you did a good job. Like, it's not as smooth as I've seen some anime, but damn, the way he was shanking that guy, bro. Is that the word shank? I feel like that's a bad word. Anyway. Yo, he went Drax on him, bro. Oh my god, I love Richter. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn. That was amazing. He's such a freaking badass. And thank you. Thank you for giving him some freaking screen time, because I thought they were going to do the stupid thing where they're like, oh, we have the female characters, and they're great. I do like the female characters. Well, I like Annette for my own reasons anyway. But I thought they were going to, like, nerf Richter, but they don't. And when they do, it actually makes sense. Man, getting some, like, dopamine hits from watching the scene over.
I am Richter Belmont, last descendant of the Belmont clan, and I kill vampires!
Yes. You tell him, baby. But I knew that right as they were doing this, we're gonna get like, okay, Olrox is on the freaking plantation. Is it a plantation? I think it's a plantation. They make a show of doing that here. But anyway, Olrox is nearby, so he hasn't seen him since he was a child. So I know some shit's gonna go down. And I already got a minor spoiler because someone was like, oh no, you know, he did this and they were making fun of him. I'm like, you know what? Everyone's shitting on the show, but I understand where they're coming from. I definitely understand where they're coming from. But before I want to judge something myself, I have to look at it and, you know, I have to see it for myself to make that distinction and to also see where people are coming from and to also make up my own mind what I feel about it.
Who's fucking next?
Oh, and this is the scene I'm talking about. Oh my god, this is the scene. Now, granted, I do not like watching characters sink down into the depths.
Sink.
But that is part of what makes a really good character relatable. It's part of what makes you feel like the character has stakes, that they're human, and that you care about them. When you can see them fall on their ass, or you see something that they're afraid of and watch them overcome it. I mean, we have both instances of Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin. Moment when Tobey Maguire fell flat on his ass. He was soaring above, he was the hero, he was always defeating everyone, and then we see him getting the shit beat off of his anus.
What?
Sorry, that was so freaking vulgar. Let me walk that back. Sorry. Getting the... Anyway, you know exactly what I mean. That was bad. That part was painful to watch, and hearing him whimper like that, I remember when me and my dad were watching this. I was watching this with my daddy, and he was like crying. My dad gets so invested with the superheroes, and he was like, man, my boy felt like watching his son get beat up, and it was horrible. So when you finally see him defeat the Green Goblin, but still with it coming at a price, you understand exactly how lonely it is to be Peter Parker and how dignified he is. That even when Norman was like, well, I'm the bad guy, he asked him not to tell his son, and Peter keeps his promise, and his best friend thinks all this time that Peter is the bad guy, but he holds that secret. That takes a hero. That alone makes him feel alone, and like you felt the loneliness, and you had so much respect, which is why I think Tobey Maguire's iteration of Spider-Man is one of the best. So when I'm using the example of a hero being down on their luck and rising above it, and you see them going through the arcs of their character development, this is always an example that I will use. You do the same thing with Puss in Boots with the panic attack scene. Puss in Boots was always a fearless character. And even though you see him being all cocky, actually having him find something absolutely fear-inducing is enough for you to see him in a new light and realize, wow, our character is actually afraid, which means he can die, means he's like me, and he still is able to overcome something because he's afraid. Why am I speaking like that? And so we see Puss running for his freaking life, completely in total terror. All he sees in that moment is fear. He's like, fuck his friends. Like, they're not even in his mind. The terror has completely inundated his entire existence, that all he can see is fear. It's not that he's being selfish. He literally cannot see anything else. Nothing else exists to him. This plane of existence that his friends are on, that they need help, that's not in his mind. He can't be selfish because he's not thinking about himself. He's just plain not thinking.
Puss, what's wrong?
That was such a well done scene. It encapsulated everything that the character was feeling at the time, which makes me wonder, I wonder if the people saw this movie and they're like, man, that Puss in Boots Last Wish movie really was good. So let's just steal that and put it in Castlevania because it feels exactly the same.
Little boy Belmont, all grown up.
See how they shoot this? Like, with the walls caving in, with him being absolutely terrified. It is the only time, other than when he was a kid, that we've seen him terrified. And when people have panic attacks or PTSD, when they're going through this episode, they are not themselves in the present time. Like, they're actually in the moment of that thing that traumatized them. So for this moment, him going through this, he's a child again. Nothing else exists except for the fear when he was a child. He's not thinking back, oh, I remember this guy from when I was a kid. No, all he is thinking is, this monster is here. It killed my mom. It just killed my mom in front of me. Everything that he was feeling then rushes back to the forefront. He's currently experiencing it right now, which is why when a lot of soldiers come back from war, I've heard the traumatic experiences where they will in the moment feel as though they're still at war. And it's really horrible. Can you imagine their loved ones, them being in that state of mind and not recognizing who's around them in that moment because they're kind of like lost mentally in that moment, and then they end up hurting someone that they love? Oh, I really felt for Richter here, but the way that they filmed like it's on freaking camera, you know what I mean? The way that they, what's the word? Oh my god, I'm a freaking film student and I don't know this. Anyway, the way they orchestrated this entire scene to make it look like it was a cinematic experience. Like this, it was so well done. It made me feel like I was Richter going through this. It made me feel everything he might have been feeling in that moment. And because I care about the character, because he's so likable, watching the panic in his eyes and realizing he doesn't even have a sword, but he can't move and he can't breathe and nothing else matters but this monster that killed his mom in front of him. Holy crap. This was just raw and real.
We have to go. We have to get out of here. We have to fucking go!
I like how Richter is like, deuces, bitch! I don't care about it. But the fact that he was able to tell his friends and family, we have to leave. Most people in that situation wouldn't even say jack. They just leave. They would just leave. So that says a lot about him as a character and a person to have the thought to be that connected to his family, to even have the presence of mind to say run. Because he could have just run and not said anything.
We have to go. We have to get out of here. We have to fucking go!
My bro is gone. He didn't even look back. He's like, y'all got legs, right? That was freaking hilarious. It's not funny because he's going through something right now, but just seeing his coattails disappearing in the dark while the two girls are left behind is so freaking hilarious. Like, he's just like, all right, look, it's either y'all run or I'm gonna have to find me a new family. Oh, they did that so well. I love it so much. I mean, I love Richter. This was great. Whoever constructed this whole scene and the writing, it was so well done. And the voice actor for Richter, man, he deserves an award.
What happened?
He ran away. He ran the fuck away.
So did you when you escaped. But anyway, we're not gonna go there.
She likes to use violence.
So it starts the next episode and Richter is still running. Bro is cross-countrying across the entire freaking globe. By the time the next day comes around, he's gonna come back to the starting spot where the vampire was. I swear to God. He was running so fast and so hard, he has not stopped. The sun was going down when he started, and it is now nighttime. And he is still running pell-mell. And then they show us a very real and raw moment, which honestly, this is where the show kind of took off for me. From that moment, I was like, okay, I'm invested. I love seeing him afraid like that, seeing him come to face with his fear and it come back around full circle. That is what made me really invested in this show. He only stopped running because he came across a body of freaking water. Maybe he would still be running if he knew he could skip across the water, which he probably can. And this part, I know some people make fun of this, and I don't think it's fair, because it's like, bro, like, he's human. They're saying, okay, well, I get it. It's kind of funny because you can probably look at each and every episode of Castlevania Nocturne and somebody's bawling. It's true, but you gotta forgive Richter in this case. The dude never cries. He never cries. And to be fair, as a guy, he's completely alone when he does, so that doesn't count. Yo, whoever shot this scene, they watch anime. Look at the hair in the face, the way that the colors, whoever freaking made Castlevania Nocturne or what worked on it, they are freaking a fan of anime. I could tell. I can tell. Not so much in the first season. The first season was whatever. If it's the same person doing it, then they got some inspiration, because most of what I've seen, from the fight stuff to like the way the fights are, I guess, drawn or whatever. Do they even draw anymore? Like, I'm sure they're using some kind of 3D mixed with 2D, but the way the camera angles, the way the fights are orchestrated, angles like this when he's crying, like, look at how the character is animated. You know how many anime I've seen with exactly this same framing of the person with the hair over their eyes and the darker contrast covering up their eyes over the hair and them crying exactly like this? Crying. Oh my god. Probably the voice actor for Richter, he's doing such a great job. And this moment, I feel like I want to hug Richter. Like, I feel like you want me to suck you off? Like, okay, if you were his girlfriend, like, come on, let's be honest, girls. You know this is the first thing you probably do. Like, let me ask, guys, be serious. It's a girl, because when someone's crying, you don't know what to do. And you're like, okay, should I hug them? But I'm just saying, I don't think they'd mind if you help them out while they're crying. This is like the best distraction you could give him. You know, like, you're crying and he won't stop. Okay, lay back. I got you. Just, I don't think they'll mind. I don't know any dude that would be like, stop sucking me off, I'm crying. Like, nobody would do that. But you need a girlfriend, Richter, just saying.
You're weird.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to hug him so bad. Bro, just seeing him alone in the dark, broken like that, I imagine what could be going. Like, he's probably swallowed up all those feelings about his mom. Not to mention, like I said in that first video that I did when I was talking about this, he probably is carrying a lot of guilt as well, because his mom told his ass to go back to the boat, and he decided to stay there, and had it not been for him, Simba, his mom might have still been alive, but she was too distracted trying to shield him and help him that she was, I mean, he kind of caused it. He kind of threw her off her game a little bit.
Go to the ship. Come on, Mom.
You didn't listen.
Because she was too busy worrying about him. So he's probably carrying all that guilt from that day, plus reliving the death of his mother after seeing all rot, plus feeling broken that he ran away and couldn't protect the people he loved. He couldn't protect his mom, he couldn't protect Maria and the others. Maybe now it's starting to come to him that, oh, yeah, I left them back there. They're probably still alive, I hope, maybe, could be. But I think he's just thinking about his mom right now. This is a broken man. He realizes that that part of him is still broken. He's not invincible, and there is someone out there that he is deathly afraid of that he cannot beat. I think every Belmont goes through that once in a while. Imagine having a really cocky-ass person who is really good at their craft, and then something like that makes them run away with their tail tucked between their legs, leaving everybody behind that they love. That's rough, especially as a man. Like, that must be really, really rough. So Annette is really unhappy with Richter, and she's like, well, he ran away. But then Maria's mom tries to let her know that, yeah, he came face to face with the vampire that killed his mom. And Annette's all like, yeah, well, everyone has nightmares. Granted, and she's probably had time and more experience to deal with that. Maybe. I don't think she's actually found something she's truly afraid of. Or maybe she's come to that mentality. You know, she's probably not also carrying the guilt that she got her mother killed, that Richter is. But then Annette should know better, because it's like her fault. Her rashness is the reason why her friend was even in the situation he was in, because she gave away their position. Could it have gone differently? Maybe. But it certainly didn't help that she wasn't freaking listening, and she's doing the same thing now.
To devise a new plan for the sun to rise for Richter. I don't have time to wait for Richter. Edouard doesn't have time. He's in chains. You to wait for Richter before you do everything? He ran away.
Try to forgive him. Olrox is the vampire who killed his mother. The dragon that's haunted his nightmares since he was a child.
We all have nightmares. The first time a slave runs away, they're branded with this mark on their shoulder.
And it's kind of annoying because Annette's like, because I was a slave, I know more horror than everybody combined, which is probably true because you've probably gone under torture. And granted, her probably being in that environment and being tortured nonstop or beaten or constantly having to face her fear day in, day out made her strong. But it also made her lack a bit of empathy and sympathy. You could even see that with the way she reacted with Edouard. Like, she wasn't mean to him, but I could tell through like those backhanded jokes like, oh yeah, well, at least you were free. And she didn't say that, but it was kind of implied. And Edouard, I guess, being mixed or biracial, he didn't have to go through that. But now she understands what it's like with him being captured, that she has to free him. But it kind of hardened her to the point where she cannot understand or empathize with anybody else if their situation is not as bad as hers. And I've seen it happen where people will go through something bad. Or my mother, she's done that to me so many times. I mean, she did the best she could, I guess, but she was abused. So it's like she kind of did the same thing to me and my brothers. And then when we bawl about it or we realize she's being a little cruel, well, my mother, if you had my mom growing up and what she did to me, and I'm like, oh my God, bro, stop. And that's kind of what Annette is doing. Because in her mind, everybody else's problem, unless they were a slave like her and dealt with what she dealt with, they're just weak. They're children without experience, as she called everybody in the room, including Maria's mom, which was type of rude. To be fair to Annette, she kind of reminds me of Sarah from The Land Before Time. She probably had to possess that mentality to make her strong enough to go through it. So I kind of understand where she's coming from as well. She does end up getting revenge on the vampire that killed her mom, and it must feel so sweet for her. We see old buddy Richter here being broken, and some girls hitting on him, and they're like, well, you're a hero. And he's like, yeah. He couldn't even take it because he doesn't see himself that way anymore, which is so relatable. Oh my God, I just now got this scene. It went way over my head the first time around. Why does that girl in the back look so freaking terrified? It's like, she's never seen a dude before. Those two girls are definitely into him. They're like, oh my God, can you come to our room and lift up our dresses? I mean, I don't even know. How old are they supposed to be? I know that one's definitely like his age, but he obviously is into them too. But then he can't even feel good about himself because he's like, these girls are looking at me like I'm a hero and I don't feel like that right now. So I can't even get jiggy with anything. If I wanted to, I mean, you could, but he feels broken. He feels like he doesn't deserve them looking at him like that. He doesn't see himself any longer the way that they do. But I just now got the significance of the scene and the whole blindfold thing.
Oh, suits you. Want to join us?
Your festival or your revolution?
Both.
You don't need me.
We'll need someone to fight for us. And you look as if you have some fight in you.
Oh shit!
She wants the dance!
You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm tired of fighting.
Get your fat ass back here.
Poor Richter. But he had put the blindfold in his pocket.
Remember that.
So then he meets his grandfather. And his grandfather is just as broken as he feels right now. He's crying some more because he just feels like he's just broken. We also see Annette talking to her ancestors, and they're saying a whole bunch of speech stuff that Mufasa would say to Simba. Remember. Sorry, I can't even do it.
He literally ran away. Ran away.
The amount of times she says ran away, and you should take a shot every time, bro. The woman next to her is like, bitch, I know you're not talking. You literally started your whole journey running away as well. Like, bro, who are we talking about right now? Projection is real, though. I'm just saying.
He literally ran away. Ran away.
Everyone starts by running away, Annette.
What?
She was about to pit slap that ghost back into the freaking heavens. But she's right, though. Like, the implication was there, but she didn't even mean her. But Annette took it so personally because she knows deep inside, Brody, you did the same thing.
Ran away.
Everyone starts by running away, Annette.
What? That is completely different. How can you possibly compare that?
All the ancestors are trying to tell her, shut the fuck up, bitch. Just saying, bro. Notice the woman just stays quiet. She's like, I'm not even gonna say anything because this girl thinks she knows everything. She came here and all she's doing is back talking and blah, blah, blah. She ain't even listening. Okay, we're just gonna wait till she's done. And then I swear to God, this turns into freaking Avatar and the freaking damn seeds from Awa, the tree from Avatar, freaking land all around them. Almost like they took inspiration from this scene because the seeds are supposed to symbolize the ancestors. And that's kind of the same thing here, sort of, because they're in the ancestral grounds. And vampires come out of the freaking trees. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about, the inspiration from anime, because just look at how this is shot. Like, even that move right there, you know how many times I have seen this very move of someone falling over the ground and skipping across the water in freaking anime, bro? So he gets captured, and everything looks bad. The grandfather's captured, and the guy's like, yeah, I know who your family is. Those two girls and the black girl, wherever the fuck she's from. That's literally what he said.
But has been like a mother to you. And the black girl, wherever the fuck she's from, you could beg for their lives.
So we see that Richter is broken, and I love this point in time because it always reminds me of Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron 2 when the king guy thought that he had spirit dead to rights.
You see, gentlemen, any horse can be broken. Move along, Mustang. There are those in Washington.
Sometimes a horse has got to do what a horse has got to do.
Mustang.
It's at this moment now where he's crying, but he's not crying because he's sad. He's crying because he's angry. Somewhere, Lord, I can't even say that without thinking about that stupid ass meme.
Somewhere.
Deep down, all the hurt, all the tragedy, and everything he's had pent up for so long is rising up. And this is the moment for me. This is the moment for me when the show just solidifies its freaking class. Oh my word. I like how, oh, damn, oh my God. So the first time, okay, because I figured, the first time I figured he was into the Caribbean girl was when she was looking at him like that, like shortly after they met, they were walking in the woods, did a video on that, talking about, yep, that's the moment right there, they're giving each other the freaking M&M eyes, and I think he likes her. I think he's actually, like, he cares about her. Maybe he doesn't realize it yet, but notice how the power kind of augments when she's the last person on his mind. Like, he loves them, and that's what brings his power back, because he hadn't been able to do magic for a long time since his mom died, and they bring the magic back. But then the romantic feelings he has for the other girl kind of makes them power up. He's like, no, I'm not gonna go down like this before I get some, bro.
Woot. Let's go.
Okay. Bro went mob psycho on their asses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, bro, you cannot tell me. Like, whoever did this, like, is a freaking anime fan. Like, this is so... And it gets better. It gets better. Oh my god. This show's great. Oh, come on! Bro, this is freaking anime, bro. This is freaking anime. Like, come on! Like, do you see what I'm talking about? Dude, oh my god, the chills. I was screaming. I felt because I already watched this, there would be no more screams left to yell. But oh my god, I will never grow tired of watching this scene over. And because we've seen Richter so freaking broken, to see him get his magic powers back, he's such a goddamn badass. Let's go, Richter! Do it. Do the anime thing. Do it. Oh my god. Oh, come on. Let's go. all the whatever, like what they did in Wheel of Time with Rand, where everyone had to wipe his ass and put on his diapers, and we never really get to see him be full power. This is actually a payoff for me to actually see a freaking male character do this and not have to nerf anybody else. They didn't have to nerf him, and when they did nerf him, it was for a good reason. There was a good reason he was broken, but he came back. He came back, boy. Let's go. Yes! Oh my god. Anime walk.
There's something you forgot about Belmonts.
Oh, here we go. You see, this is the part where you'd have it in Japanese, and they're saying something in Japanese. And they start doing the speech. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Every freaking anime, when they power up, it does the same exact thing. This person, I feel you, dude. I feel you, woman, dude, whoever. I see you. I see what you're doing.
Stupid of me. I'd forgotten it too.
Now he puts on the band because now he feels he's worthy of wearing it. And I knew this was like a tip-off, a hat tip to the games or something, because that's how he looked, but I never really processed the meaning of it in the show when the girls had given it to him and what they said until just now when I was editing this and looking back at it. How did he get out of his chain? Look at his swag walk. Bro's a Giga Chad now. Go, Richter. Oh my god.
I was going to say something witty and cutting and brutal.
Okay, see how they did that just now? That's a freaking anime thing. Bro, oh my god. I know I keep saying it, but for those of you who are dubious, you're like, no, it's nothing like anime.
Come on, man.
Come on, how many parallels are we gonna draw here? I'm showing you one after the next. It's probably demonetized now because I'm showing way too much, but still, like, come on. It's a good thing, though.
I was going to say something witty and cutting and brutal before I finished you off. But fuck it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so freaking good. Oh, I love this so much. Dude. Oh, he's back, baby. He's back. He's not even back, because we never even saw the side of him. When he was little, he was doing like little magic tricks or whatever. And he might be even more powerful than his grandfather. Oh my god, I'm so done. Look at this wallpaper, dude. Oh. And he said something really sweet. It's like he insulted his grandpa at first, but he said something really sweet to him. This was so sweet. Like, ugh. I at least love it when he comes back when they're in trouble and they're like, Richter's coming back, and he actually is allowed to save them. I didn't think they were gonna do it, but they did, and they get to see him fully intact with his magic. Because this is the first time they've ever seen him do magic. Damn, Richter! Okay, let's go! So Annette's upset and he's like, oh boy, I gotta face the music with her. But I guess because she talked to her ancestors, it kind of felt rushed here a little bit because I figured she'd be a little bit more mad, but maybe because she likes him, seeing him in person with this new found confidence, she's like, I want to stay mad at him, but I mean...
Look, about everything. I just want to apologize personally to you and swear I'll...
I knew you'd be back. I was more concerned than I wanted to be.
Oh my. Well, I mean, that was easy. The way he was all nervous, like that awkwardness of the conversation, I could totally feel that. That was so well done. Voice actor really did a good job here.
Oh, the muscles, huh?
Oh my god, okay, let's go, come on. I don't know, why is he standing like that? Like, she... In the room, in the dark, alone. I was more concerned about you than I thought I would be. Sure you were. You were more mad that he ran away. You thought you'd never see him again, huh? Yeah, okay. Then he comes in with his big chest and confidence and freaking deep-ass, milky voice. Like... Look, he's making a dark girl blush. Like, you have to be really, really good at what you do to achieve that, because, bro, she wants the...
I won't let myself be afraid ever again.
But we are afraid. It's not always bad.
It just means we have something to lose.
Uh-huh. Yo, the way she looked at him, bro. What was she looking at? Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm obsessing. What was she? She's not looking at the fire. Girl, what are you looking at? Oh my god. Okay, I don't know if they meant for that to happen, but she looks like she's looking at something completely different. But anyway, he got all blushed out too, and he's like, girl, you were starting to wake me up down there, so I gotta go.
I suppose we'll be needing a new plan.
Service denied. Service denied.
Bro's gonna go take himself a really cold shower. And like, why? You could die tomorrow. Why not? You know, why not just, it's a perfect, I don't think Maria and her mom would mind. I think it would be completely fine. And she's sitting there all like, ah, you just gonna leave me here in this room by myself? You know, let me stop. I'm way too, I'm invested. Listen, it's whatever. Look, for the people who were like, and Annette is a complete different, I like what no. Anyway, let's go to the end, because now this show just keeps on getting better. Like, it just keeps getting better. I can't help it. I also love the villain, who awkwardly reminds me of Pennywise, Deadlights and all. Drolta is also a favorite of mine. She's such a wicked ass villain. I love her. Maria, her mother, gets turned into a vampire, and then at the end we get to see Alucard, because we never thought we'd see him again. I kind of knew, because the spoilers were in the Reddit forums. Damn, and he's looking even better than ever. Yes, my boy Al, I'm so glad that he's back. I wonder how this is going to factor into everything, and I really hope that we get to see the continuation of this, because I swear to God, if this freaking show is dropped. So, my verdict is I absolutely loved this show. Oh my God, I loved it. Was it better than the first? No, I actually don't know. Like, I know many people are saying the first is definitely better in quality and all, and I felt that way too. Maybe I'm biased because I could see a little bit, I'm silly me. A lot of the influence from anime in the show. That's kind of what made me like it. I also like the relationship between Olrox and Mizrak, because Mizrak has that intrepid, pugnacious attitude to a fault, which is kind of stupid because it's like he's following the church guy and he knows the church guy is utilizing vampires, which is against God. But the one thing that makes Mizrak be like, well, you know what, I can't follow him anymore because he's blaspheming, is when he laid with a woman and had a daughter. It's like that was the ultimate sin, not rising up the dead, not working with the vampires and literally consulting with demons. No, lying with a woman and having a daughter. That's what made Mizrak be like, no, that's too much. That was so freaking stupid. I also enjoyed Eduardo, his arc here, because now he is using his voice to touch others, I guess. And I also wonder exactly what this one, you can't touch this woman, which makes you wonder if it's the eclipse that's doing this, giving her the power to be invincible. Also, to see the priest realize the error of his ways and realize that he's way in over his head, losing the woman he loves. The last fight was freaking awesome. The animation for the fights was awesome. I think that when we see Maria's mother again, she is going to recognize her daughter. And it's all about the soul and who people are as people and how you're not really ever gone and you always have a choice and blah, blah, blah. So I feel like that's gonna happen. The mother's love is gonna override her need to want to kill her daughter. Or not, you never know. The show was fantastic. The show was amazing. That's how I felt about it personally. That being said, I'm not gonna dismiss fans' concerns about it because I mean, I am just coming into this. Castlevania, the first show, was my first introduction to this. You'd think with being someone who loves video games, I would have played Castlevania, and I never did. I was always like, oh, I gotta play that. Never did. But I absolutely love the shows. What did you guys think about Castlevania Nocturne? Richter's definitely my favorite character. I'm so glad I watched this. It ended on a note that made me feel like this is not so bad. This is so cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This has been Ultiori. You ask, we answer. Hope I didn't blow out your eardrums.